community, welcome to another edition of Sisterhood and Self. My name is Grace Hosea and I'm here with my friend. So today we'll be discussing a very important topic, which is networking, the power of networking and building good networks. So before we proceed, we have a series of questions that will be guiding the conversation, and we'll be building the conversations from these questions. So, Patience, let's start with you picking one of the questions.
Yeah. If you could give your younger self one tip about networking, what would it be?
Okay. So if I could give my younger self one tip, I think one of the tips I would share with my younger self would be, please open up to people easily. Don't go for events and just sit in one place and you don't reach out. You don't, even when it's time for networking, you don't network with people. Put in the effort. Be intentional about meeting new people. Be intentional about getting contact. You never can tell which of those contacts can help you in life. So that would be my tip.
Okay, so open up, take yourself out there, like
Yeah.
be out there, take yourself out there. Of course, networking it's not a new word that we is new to us. It's a word that we hear often. Most times when you go to gatherings, you always hear of, okay, it's time for networking, it's time to meet one or two people because you don't know who's sitting beside you. You don't know who, if the person beside you is someone you'll be meeting tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, like she said, an advice to younger selves, which is also the younger people out there that are coming up. It's important that you get yourself out there and then make use of every opportunity you find. So I think you're next.
Okay. All right. So the question here is, why is networking important, especially for women?
Okay, yeah. In a world as ours, where it's time to change the narrative or break barriers, of course, we don't normally find opportunities being handed to us on a platter of gold. Sometimes you have to make the extra effort to do certain things. That's why it's important that you make the extra effort to network, initiate a conversation, meet people. That's why you should go for gatherings, seminars, where positive discussions are being made that resonate with where you are headed,
Yeah.
that resonates with who you are as a person, that resonates with your idea about life and what it is you want to do. Say, for example, you're someone who is not into tech. Of course, gatherings about tech you would not be found here, but gatherings that come to you about your field of interest, it's
Yeah.
important that you let yourself out there and go. So as a woman, because we don't normally find opportunities like this being handed over to us, it's important that when we find ourselves in situations like that, we build positive relationship, positive networks. Because as a woman, like we said earlier, you don't know who is seated beside you, you don't know who is going to help you tomorrow, you don't know whoever it is you're meeting in that instance, you don't know who they are, you're meeting them for the first time, so you don't know if they might be the next lead you get in hitting that target, or the next lead you get in becoming what you've always dreamed to become. You might just have a simple conversation with somebody, and the next time they are thinking about someone who can prefer a solution that you give, they will be able to think about you and remember. So when we say you network, we're not just saying engage in random conversations. Let the person, by the time you are leaving that person, he or she should be able to go with the idea of who you are in their head, what you can give, your services, or is it product, what you can offer, your skills, who you are, what you do. So the next time they are thinking about someone who can be able to do something relating to what you do, they will be able to remember you immediately. So it's important that as ladies and as females, we should be able to network properly. How can building strong network support personal growth and professional opportunities?
Okay, so there's a popular saying that says that your network equals to your net worth.
Yeah.
So if you're intentional about networking or building relationships with people that are in the same space with you, or people that you know they have something that you're definitely going to learn from, it will help you grow. In fact, you will grow in a faster pace compared to people who are not intentional about their networks. So let's say you are a tech person, it's very important for you to have networks of people that are also in the same space with you.
Yeah.
People that are, in fact, people that have gone far ahead of you. And you can also network with people that are also coming up
Yeah.
because they are looking up to you. So having a balanced network will help you to grow. You would not just be stagnant in that position. But if you're intentional about building that network and building that, in fact, they will recommend you for opportunities. They will recommend you for international events. They will just say, in fact, for gigs and a lot of things, you will benefit from it.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's very, very important for you. So, network.
Yeah, so as much as your network also is important that you skill up and then try to grow in your skills
Yeah.
so that when you are meeting someone, you're not just coming empty. At least you have something to offer that can be built upon. So
Yeah.
if you are meeting somebody who is up the niche from where you are, up the ladder from where you are, is that there's something you can prefer at that time that would ensure that when this person thinks about what you prefer, they can be able to remember it as much as you are in a growing phase. So as you maintain this relationship, like she said, it's important that
Yeah.
you keep up with skilling up so that you can be able to as they keep giving opportunities to you, you are able to deliver what it is that is being requested of you to deliver. So
Okay.
yeah, next.
All right. So, the next question here is, how do you start building a network from scratch?
I think it's just communicating. Just communicate. Learn effective communication. It's as simple as engaging in
In the
conversation with you
conversation.
and
Yeah.
ensuring that you are understanding what it is that I am saying, and
Yeah.
also ensuring that I understand what you also. So it's
Mm.
that simple. Take yourself out there, like we said from the onset.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there. When you go for events, it's simple. Whether it's a church setting or it's a secular meeting, like a seminar or all of that,
Yeah.
put yourself out there. Do not always wait to be the person that is spoken to,
Yeah.
especially if you know that you are someone who is all about personal growth and you want to achieve a lot in life.
Yeah.
You know that only you alone, you can't grow by yourself without having influences around you. So it's as simple as communicating. Talk when you when whether it's a gathering that gives the time for networking or it doesn't give. At least when you go for any event, be sure make it a make it a
Make it
habit that you don't
intentional.
leave that place without networking with at least one or two people, that they'll be able to leave remembering who you are and what you do, and they can be able to remember you in subsequent time to come now. And when your services is needed, they can be able to remember you, and you can also remember them and know what they do.
Okay, I think that you've literally said it's just about communicating, just like you said. Being intentional about not just going to communicate anyhow, but be very intentional, being very professional, and in fact, ensuring that you really know what you're aiming at. By
Yeah,
so doing, you grow.
very, very important. So, can you remember the first time a connection opened the door for you?
Yes, I remembered when we were to have an event. So I was actually meant to pay for the hall, but because I knew someone that had a good relationship with the owner of the place, it was simply as just go there and use the venue
Yeah.
without being paid for. So that and a lot of other opportunities have come simply by. In fact, there was a project I and a friend handled, and it was as a result of a recommendation we're able to um work on that project together. So, and a lot of other things can come if people can recommend it for events and a lot of things, and it opens doors and you grow in your career.
Yeah, I think I remember when I started in this line of my career path, and we needed to outsource customers and all of that. And it was an entire field that I had not gone in before. So it was a new career path for me. And I needed to get clients, get customers that would be able to we can be able to prefer our products and services to them. But then one of the things that helped me over time was the network I had made with customers and people I meet along the um, job responsibility. So sometimes when what most of them would do is they say a word out there to another person, and then the person just reaches out and call you. What would have been a hectic
Yeah.
whole activity for me going to find them where they are and having to convince them and all of that already, what smart has done that already, and that was because of a good network system
Network
that have been
system.
built over time. So it's important that you build genuine network. At first, you
Exactly.
might not know if they are genuine or not, but then as you go on, you can be able to understand um what it is. How do you handle reaching out to someone you admire or want to collaborate with?
Okay, I think you should first of all take the first step of communicating with the person. It could be that, okay, let's even say you're not in the same physical environment. It could be simply introducing yourself maybe on LinkedIn. You go straight to the point. I think where people, most young people get it wrong is when you're introducing yourself for the first time, someone you have not met before, and you admire what they do. You don't go and say hello or
Informal.
hi and then wait for the person.
Yeah,
No, you have to be very
very,
professional.
very informal.
Hi, I am this from this. This is what I do, and I would really like to. And from there, you'd see the person will pick interest and good and fine. And even if the person is not really interested in you, because you've presented yourself in a
Very,
formal and a
very,
professional way,
yeah.
the person would have it will know how to even decline politely and professionally. So it's very important that when you're reaching out to somebody for the first time, please be professional about it. And you
Very,
never can tell where that can take you to.
yeah, yeah. So, like she said, very, very important. I think I read somewhere on social media of a lady that met her husband through social media, and it was that she went to a seminar and he spoke at the seminar what he does, the company he works with, and she was pleased with his presentation and liked the way the person is and all of that, and she decided to follow the person on social media and get to know, okay, this is what this person do, this is who this person is, and then she decided to reach out to him, not because, oh, I like you and all of that, but she came up formally in a business way and was showed her interest in what he was, his service,
Into.
and at what he does for that time. So you all from there it kick started and ended up in all of, so just to buttress the
Point.
the whole idea that it's very important that you stay very formal and very, very professional. So if you
Exactly.
pick interest in someone or what they do, and you decide to make the move, especially if it is online, it's
Yeah,
not a physical meeting and all of that, try to make it as formal as you
as
can. And
possible.
the way you present yourself, I mean, that's how you're going to be addressed. So at the end of the day, you'd see the impact that would.
What comes to mind when you hear the word networking? I think you
I think
answered
we've been
that.
saying it over and over again.
Yeah.
It's just creating connection, making friends, making acquaintances, um, building a system where you have positive minds around you. You
Yeah.
have people that are able to um, buy what you sell, and you also sell what they buy. So basically, it's communicating and maintaining a relationship that has its goal being clear from the beginning, and it's aimed at giving you growth and creating better opportunities for you.
So simply it's just building influential relationships, relationships that would help you grow, relationships that would help your personal growth.
What's the difference between a social circle and a strategic network?
Okay. So I think most times people mix these two things, having a social circle and having a strategic circle. So social circle, you could have acquaintances, you could have friends, you could just basically have anybody in your
Yeah.
social circle that you relate with. But when we are referring to strategic circles, there are people that it's the kind of networks or relationships you build that you intentionally build to help you advance in your career path or in your choosing path. So you're somebody that is intentional about personal growth. You are intentional about the people you bring
You
into that
bring
circle. You
in
don't just bring anybody into that
everybody.
circle because you know that there is a goal, there is an aim. It's either for this person, for you and that person, maybe to collaborate on something, or for the person to coach you, or for you to even coach the person. So it's something that kind of relationship is strategic and it's very intentional. Unlike the social circle where
Social circle
anybody
where
goes.
anybody can come in. So
Yeah.
I think what this entire conversation is aimed at today is just to um, build a mindset in you that makes you become deliberate about the kind of relationships you
Relationships you
build.
keep.
That if you're all about personal growth and succeeding in a career path or succeeding even as a person, the kind of people you bring into your circle influence you. You know how we say a relationship can either make
Oh
or mar
man.
you. So all of that is very important, that even as you decide to network, what kind of people do you network with? What kind of minds are you networking with? So strategic network, like she said, is having people that mindset aligns with your goals, mindset aligns with where you are headed. So they don't get to break you or take you out of the focus, but are able to influence you in a way that you're able to see what that relationship it
Can
can do
lead
for
you
you
to.
over time, positively, not taking from you all of the time, but that as moving forward you become deliberate about everything you do concerning making relationship and building network.
Yes. Have you always been comfortable with building connections?
No, I think from the onset I was not comfortable. I got used to the whole talking to people at um Elisha Mama's events. I think while I was in school then he always hosted, and it was new to me that suddenly we have 10-15 minutes to just network. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's not by force to
Talk to
talk to
people.
people. But over time, attending events like that, it became a norm that okay, anytime you come, there's time for network. And I think over time, I was able to meet people through that have influenced me very, very positively. And then it became something that even in events where there are no time for networking, it's something I now deliberately do because I have seen the results of those kind of relationship, those kind of
Relationships.
network, what they have done over time, and that has really been very, 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 very helpful.
Okay.
So
So, with this, let's see, we've come to the end of our discussion for today.
yes,
Thank you once again for watching. I remain Grace Hosea and my friend.
patience as liking, keep sharing, keep commenting, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube.
Bye, and thanks for watching.
Yeah.